Hi, I'm Ginger, and I'm sharing from a very important book. Well, all the books of the Bible are important, and I'm sharing from Revelation. There is a blessing when you read the book of Revelation. It says that in the first chapter. Today I'm sharing from the 8th chapter, and we're going to learn about those who have the seal of God on their forehead shall not be harmed during this chaos, this great tribulation time. Okay, so this is going to be a miracle of God, and you want to stay close to God and have His seal put upon your head, on your forehead. Okay, there's also an evil mark of the beast that will either be put in uh, people's right hand or forehead, which we will not take. We Christians will not take the mark of the beast. It might be a microchip or some sort of tattoo or something, but it's going in the skin, it says. And we will not take it. We are not to take the mark of the beast on our forehead or our right hand. Okay, so here we go. We're in Revelation chapter 8, and we'll start with verse 4. And the smoke of the odors with the prayers of the saints went up before God out of the angel's hand. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar and cast it into the earth. And there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and earthquakes. So God is going to have his angels take a censer, his angel take a censer and fill it with fire and cast this fire to the earth. So, there's going to be fire coming to the earth, but the saints of God are going to be protected. Then the seven angels, which have the seven trumpets, prepared themselves to blow the trumpets. So the so the first angel blew the trumpet, and there was hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast into the earth, and the third part of the trees were burned. So a third part of the trees are going to be burnt. Can you imagine a third of the trees on earth being burnt? Well, it's going to happen. Okay, so, and all green grass was burnt. And the second angel blew the trumpet, and as it were, a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood. Did you know that already some of the waters are turning blood red? You can YouTube this. You can go to YouTube and you can see that in parts of China, some of the sea is turning blood red, and in parts of Australia, some of the sea, and there's even in Antarctica, some waterfalls are turning blood red, and also even in America, in Arkansas, I believe it was, or Texas, there was some lakes or even rivers that were turning blood red. So it's not to the point where it's a third of the waters yet, but I do see it beginning to happen. Even in India, it rained blood red water. So God is beginning to show us, glimpses of what will come. And so I'm going to read 8. And the second angel blew the trumpet, and as it were, a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died, and a third part of the ships were destroyed. So a third part of the waters, the third part of the creatures in the water, the sea creatures, are going to die. Already, if you go on YouTube, you can see mass amounts of fish just being, on land, dead. And I'm not saying it's to the proportions of 1/3 of the sea life. No, not yet. But we see things happening already. God is showing us, glimpses of what is to come. Okay, so verse 10. Then the third angel blew the trumpet, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning like a torch, and it fell into the third part of the rivers and into the fountains of waters. So this great star is going to fall into a third part of the rivers and into the fountains of waters. And the name of the star is called wormwood. Therefore, the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. So some people think this is talking about like a nuclear explosion that will cause the water to be bitter. I'm not going to say for sure that that is this, but we do know that the waters will be bitter. However, it's going to happen. It's going to happen how God said it is. This star is going to fall. and then the waters are going to be bitter. And the fourth angel, well, a third of the waters will. Okay, so yeah. And the fourth angel blew the trumpet, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and a third part of the moon, and a third part of the stars. So the third part of them was darkened. And the day was smitten, and a third part of it could not shine, and likewise the night. And I beheld and heard one angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, because of the sounds to come of the trumpet of the three angels which were yet to blow the trumpets. And the fifth angel blew the trumpet, and I saw a star fall from heaven into the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose the smoke of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power as the scorpions of the earth have power. So this is going to be really chaos when these scorpions come up out of this bottomless pit, out of hell. They come up out of this bottomless pit onto the earth. These scorpions, these are big. These are not little bitty 1-inch scorpions. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. So us, we who are going through the tribulation period that will come upon the earth, we who have the seal of God on our foreheads, we will not be harmed by these big scorpions coming up out of the bottomless pit, but they will harm the people without the seal of God on their forehead. And to them was commanded that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months, and that their pain should be as a pain that comes of a scorpion when he has stung a man. Therefore, in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall fly from them. And the form of the locust was like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like unto gold, and their faces were like the faces of men, and they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. So these scorpions are not these little things that you may be seen in California or wherever you might live that sting you when you see them. I got stung one time. There was one in the house, and I was picking up, there was like these little fuzz balls on the carpet, and I was picking up the little fuzzies, and a scorpion was there, and it stung me. It's not like a little 1-inch scorpion that stings you, and you go like, ouch! No, these are big, and they have faces. It says these faces were like of men, and they had hair like women. These are different scorpions. These are big, and they have a weird look about them, and they are going to harm those without the seal of God on their forehead. And they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. So these scorpions have big teeth like lions' teeth, sharp. And they had armor of iron, and the sound of their wings was like the sound of chariots when many horses run into battle. Some Bible scholars think that these are helicopters, because helicopters kind of have the shape of a scorpion, and they say that the men's face is like when you see a military person in a helicopter, and you see that man's face, in the window of the helicopter, and that's what they think this is. But I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's actually literally going to look like this with these sharp lion's teeth and this woman's looking hair with a man's face and these huge scorpions. I don't know for sure, but I know it will happen. And so verse number 10, and they had tails like unto scorpions, and their stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. And they have a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in Greek he is named Apollyon. So Satan's power is coming up out of this bottomless pit, and is going to go forth and going to harm those who do not have the seal of God on their forehead. So keep your thoughts on Jesus. keep your mind and your actions obeying Jesus and love him with all your heart. First, receive him sincerely and then follow him. Read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John and follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. And so I'm going to close there. I just pray that everybody will seek God with all their heart, mind, soul, and strength. Thank you for listening.